Hang on. I'm coming. I'm on my way. Hang on. Don't start without me. I'm coming. Whoa, girl. Whoa, down. Good girl. Had a girl. Down. Sorry, I'm late. I had a thing to go do.
Is that a fucking horse?
What horse?
I didn't see no horse.
Fucking horse, I
I
swear.
walked here. Truck broke down.
I didn't hear anything.
Huh.
Hell.
Alright, cool. Yeah, let's do this.
I need water.
Welcome to the Torn Page, everyone. I am Casey.
I'm Destin.
Hey.
I was hoping you were going to be like, I ride horses.
I like turtles.
I like trains.
Hello, everyone. How is everyone doing today?
I'm fine. How are you?
I was asking the audience, not you, but you two. They can't answer, but I like They can't answer, but I like asking. It makes me feel like I care.
What's our email?
Yeah.
Tornpagepodcast@gmail.com.
Okay, if any of our listeners are witches or you know a witch, please email me.
He's been dealing with some shit.
I've been dealing with a lot of shit. I need a witch. I need something. Just help me out. I don't have enough resources for this. This is out of my repertoire.
Repertoire.
This is out of my education field.
Speaking of that, we are stepping out of our field today.
Oh, is we?
Yeah, I mean, I guess we haven't really done anything in this nature yet. I mean, the first episode, but that was like a weird, I don't know. Cryptids are new for us.
Yeah.
Cryptids are new.
Yeah, let's
So far, we've done true crime, all true crime, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have.
Bigfoot. We did a Bigfoot episode.
We had Bigfoot as part of the shit show.
Mm.
The Bigfoot teleports thing was like a little segment in our first shit show. So, this is our first full episode on the cryptid. I think it's a good one. I think we chose a good one. Hence the horse hooves in the beginning.
Clippity clop, clippity clop. That's the sound of my hooves. Listen to my hooves.
I was expecting something about a Glock coming because it's 2019.
When you hear the clop, you get the glop.
But today,
Nothing.
what were we going to say? What?
Stay strapped or get clapped. Stay stropped or get clopped. Car guys are just male versions of horse girls.
What?
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
Today we are talking about the New Jersey Devil, or the Jersey Devil, or the Jersey Devil.
Or my cousin.
My cousin Tony.
My cousin.
Why do we say that in Southern? We're talking about Jersey.
Joyce.
We got
Jersey.
real Southern for some reason.
Well, Destin was practicing before we started recording. He was reading a witness statement, and he was reading it in a southern.
I was talking the whole time.
He was talking like
reading
Colonel
every
Sanders.
Jersey, not Kentucky. Jersey, not Kentucky.
He was talking like a lawyer back in the day.
Oh yeah.
And then he's like, "Oh, it was a woman." Then he started talking like a Southern debutante.
Oh God, this was 1700s.
And then I was like, "It's from New Jersey." He's like, "I don't know how Jersey people sound."
Maria,
fuck your ravioli.
Oh, so the Jersey Devil. I'm using an article off of weirdnj.com, Weird New Jersey. It's a pretty good article, I would say.
Pretty weird.
Ha, ha, ha.
I think New Jersey is.
Yeah, Jersey's weird. The whole state's fucking weird.
Yeah, Jersey is just weird. I don't know.
So I did look up how many listeners, at least in the last month, are from New Jersey. Exactly one. So it doesn't fucking... I'll talk shit all day long.
It's probably the Jersey Devil.
Yeah, he's probably... He.
It. I don't think it specifies gender.
Probably not.
Who gives a fuck?
Anyway, Weird New Jersey, that's the website we're using. It's the best article I find. It's got a pretty good backstory about the whole thing. And then it's got some witness statements from people around the area in different times of the years. One's in like 72, then you got another one in a different year, another one in a different year. It's kind of all over the place. So we can I don't think we're going to read all of them. Just depend if time permits. But we'll switch out who's going to read the witness statements. I'll go over everything else. And then when it gets to the witness statements, we'll switch it up. Maybe Destin will learn how to read. He's not very good at it. So
he's good at speaking.
He's got about 20 minutes to learn how to read.
He's not good at reading the words. He's good at speaking the words.
Yes.
So, ready to get started?
Let's do it.
Let's shall.
What? Okay. Yeah. All right. The Jersey Devil. So, without a doubt, New Jersey's oldest, most enduring, and important pieces of folklore is the tale of the infamous. I can't fucking read. Jersey Devil.
Do you want me to fucking do it?
No, I fucking got it. I fucking got it, Joseph. I fucking got it.
Fuck you and your Chrysler.
All right. So it's been over 300 years now. Yeah. Carry 7. Close to 300 years now, Jerseyans have told the tale of this mythical beast that stalks the Pine Barrens and terrorizes local residents. The reoccurring nature of this story begs a few questions, though. Why have they embraced this legend so much? And is there actually some sort of creature roaming the Pine Barrens, I should say, of the southern New Jersey? And if so, what in God's name is it?
It's the Jersey Devil.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say, too. That's probably what it is. So, legend has it. 1735, there was a Pine Barrens resident known as Mother Leeds. She was pregnant for the 13th time.
Clue.
Damn.
Leeds is the name of one of New Jersey's earliest settlers, and there's still Leeds family. To this day, there's still Leeds.
Even this woman was mad that she was pregnant for the 13th time because out of frustration for getting pregnant, I'm just saying Japheth or whatever the hell his name is, should have just fucking pulled out.
Yeah.
But she was so frustrated about being pregnant for the 13th time, she damned the child and said, "This is the child of the devil."
Yeah, she raised her hands to the heavens and proclaimed, "Let this one be a devil."
Oh boy, did she get her wish.
The husband was a drunk, had no fucking money, didn't want to work, just a little pussy ass bitch. But Mo Leeds went into labor, approximately 9 months later. I think that's how it works. On a very stormy, I don't know what that word is. Tumultuously stormy night. What does that mean, Joseph?
Spooky. I don't
fucking know either.
Does it look like a fucking dictionary?
Bad. A very bad stormy night.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
But it was a sketchy ass stormy night. And she obviously forgot that she declared to the world that she wanted her child to be a devil. But, it happens. Her children and husband huddled around her in one room of their home while local midwives gathered their stuff together to deliver the baby. By all accounts, the birth went routinely, and the 13th Leeds child was seemingly normal baby boy.
And then
a couple minutes pass, and Mother Leeds' unholy wish of months began to come to fruition. The baby started to change and metamorphosed right before her very eyes. Within moments, it transformed from a beautiful newborn baby boy into a hideous creature unlike anything the world had ever seen. The wailing infant began growing at an incredible rate. It sprouted horns from the top of its head, and talon-like claws tore through the tips of its fingers. Leathery bat-like wings unfurled from its back, and hair and feathers sprouted all over the child's body. Its eyes began glowing bright red as they grew larger in the monster's gnarled, snarling face. The creature savagely attacked its own mother, killing her, then turned its attention to the rest of the horrified onlookers who witnessed its tumultuous transformation. It flew at them, clawing and biting, voicing unearthly shrieks the entire time. It tore the midwives limb from limb, maiming some and killing others. The monster then knocked down the door to the next room where its own father and siblings cowered in fear, attacking them all, killing as many as it could. Those who survived to tell the tale then watched in horror as the rotten beast sprinted to the chimney, flew up it, destroying it on the way out, leaving a pile of rubble in its wake. The creature then made good its escape into the darkness and desolation of the Pine Barrens, where it has lived ever since. To this day, the creature known varyingly as the Leeds Devil and the Jersey Devil claims the pines as its own and terrorizes any who are unfortunate enough to encounter it.
Spooky.
Mother Leeds has been identified by some as Deborah Leeds on grounds that Deborah Leeds' husband, Japhet, named 12 children in the will he wrote during 1736, which is compatible with the legend. Deborah and Japhet also lived in the Leeds Point section of what is now Atlantic County, New Jersey, which is commonly the location of the Jersey Devil story. There is also a rumor that Mother Leeds was supposedly a witch, and the child's father was the devil himself. Some versions of the legend also state that there is subsequently an attempt by a local clergyman to exorcise the creature from the Pine Barrens.
Yeah, that's one thing, especially with stories like this, especially if we ever do more cryptids, there's going to be 30,000 different stories for each one.
Brian Regal, a historian of science at Keene University, theorizes that the story of Mother Leeds, rather than being based on a single historical person, originated from colonial southern New Jersey religio-political disputes that became the subject of folklore and gossip among the local population.
That's how a lot of gossip used to start back then.
Yeah, because
It was all politics.
yeah, according to Regal, folk legends concerning these historical disputes evolved through the years and ultimately resulted in modern popular legend of the Jersey Devil through the early 20th century. Regal contends that the colonial era political intrigue involving early New Jersey politicians Benjamin Franklin and Franklin's rival almanac publisher Daniel Leeds resulted in the Leeds family being described as monsters. And it was Daniel Leeds' negative description as the Leeds Devil rather than any actual creature that created the later legend of the Jersey Devil.
Wasn't Daniel the son? One of the sons? Grandsons? I don't
have a list of the children.
There's too many.
Yeah, there's 12 of them. I don't know how many survived. Much like the Mother Leeds of the Jersey Devil myth, every time I see Jersey, I just want to pop that new in front of it.
Yeah.
Daniel Leeds' third wife had given birth to 9 children, a large number of children even for the time. Leeds' second wife and first daughter had both died during childbirth. As a royal surveyor with strong allegiance to the British Crown, Leeds had also surveyed and acquired land in the Egg Harbor area located within the Pine Barrens. The land was inherited by Leeds' son and family and is now known as Leeds Point, one of the areas in the Pine Barrens currently most associated with the Jersey Devil legend and alleged Jersey Devil sightings.
Yeah, so the big thing with Daniel Leeds was he was the person that made almanacs when the colonies came over here. And then Benjamin Franklin's greedy ass, like he did with everything else, stealing Nikola Tesla's shit.
No, you're.
I'm just talking shit.
You're a few centuries off.
I'm just talking shit. But Benjamin Franklin wanted to get into the almanac game as well. So he basically painted Daniel Leeds as like this horrible person, because he's from the family that created the Jersey Devil, and you would always associate it with him, and was always saying he was like, you could make a personal attacks against Benjamin Franklin that he wasn't doing, a bunch of shit like that. He was a very dirty, dirty businessman, Benjamin Franklin was.
He was a dick.
Yeah, very dirty fucking scumbag little shit.
You got Benjamin Franklin confused with Thomas Edison.
I know. I was just talking shit.
Although the Leeds Devil legend has apparently existed since the 18th century, Regal states that more modern depiction of the Jersey Devil, as well as the now pervasive Jersey Devil name, first became truly standardized in current form during the early 20th century. During the pre-revolutionary period, the Leeds family, who called the Pine Barrens home, soured its relationship with the Quaker majority. The Quakers saw no hurry to give their former fellow religionist an easy time in circles of gossip. His wives had all died, as had several children. His son Titan stood accused by Benjamin Franklin of being a ghost. The family crest had winged dragons on it. In a time when thoughts of independence were being born, these issues made the Leeds family political and religious monsters. From all this over time, the legend of the Leeds Devil was born. References to the Jersey Devil do not appear in newspapers or other printed material until the 20th century. The first major flap came in 1909. It's from these sightings, with the popular image of the creature, bat-like wings, horse-head claws, and general air of a dragon became standardized.
Yeah, so that 1909, so it was January 16th through 23rd in 1909 is where like the most infamous incidents occurred. So during that week, reports started emerging from all across the Delaware Valley that strange tracks were being found in the snow. The mysterious footprints went over and under fences, through fields and backyards, and across the rooftops of houses. They were even reported in the larger cities of Camden and Philadelphia. Panic immediately began to spread, and posses formed in more than one town. Fear and intrigue grew even greater when it was reported that bloodhounds refused to follow the unidentified creature's trail in Hamilton. Schools closed or suffered low attendance throughout all of lower New Jersey and in Philadelphia. Mills in the Pine Barrens were forced to close when workers refused to leave their homes and travel through the woods to get to their jobs. Eyewitnesses apparently spotted the beast in Camden and in Bristol, Pennsylvania. And in both cities, police fired on it but did not manage to bring it down. A few days later, it reappeared in Camden, attacking a late-night meeting of a social club and then flying away. Earlier that day, it had appeared in Haddon Heights, terrorizing a trolley car full of passengers before flying away. Witnesses claimed that it looked like a large flying kangaroo. That's a good way to describe it. Just a big-ass flying kangaroo. That would make me piss myself.
A kangaroo would just make me piss myself.
Yeah,
anything flying towards me makes me piss myself.
Yeah, true.
I give a kangaroo hugs, man.
Even a bee makes me, freaks me the fuck out. So, I mean.
Wow, bees are awesome.
Because I'm allergic.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I'll die.
You good?
He screamed like a girl at work one day because he thought a bee was on him, but it was just his own tattoo.
I had it for like 6 months. I can't say shit, actually.
He shrieked like a girl.
I thought it was on my leg. I smacked shit on my leg, and then it was the yellow part of my tiger. I was like, okay, I'm a bitch. So, witnesses claimed it looked like a kangaroo. Another trolley car full of people saw it in Burlington when it scurried across the tracks in front of their car. Then again in West Collingswood, it appeared on the roof of a house and was described as an ostrich-like creature. Firemen turned their hose upon it but attacked them and then flew away. The entire week, people reported their livestock, particularly their chickens, were being slaughtered. This was most widespread in towns of Bridgeton and Millville. The marauding misanthrope reappeared later in the week in Camden, where a local woman found the beast attempting to eat her dog. She hit it with a broomstick, but it flew away. These motherfuckers can shoot at it, no problem. She should get it with a broomstick.
Speaking of shooting at it, according to legend, while visiting the Hanover Millworks to inspect its cannonballs being forged, Commodore Stephen Decatur sighted a flying creature and fired a cannonball directly upon it to no effect. And also, we have a celebrity that has seen the Jersey Devil. Joseph Bonaparte, elder brother of Napoleon Bonaparte, is also claimed to have seen the Jersey Devil while hunting on his Bordentown estate about 1820. During 1840, the Jersey Devil was blamed for several livestock killings. Similar attacks were reported during 1841, accompanied by tracks and screams. In Greenwich during December 1925, a local farmer shot an unidentified animal as it attempted to steal his chickens, and then photographed the corpse. Afterward, he claimed that none of 100 people he showed it to could identify it. On July 27th, 1937, an unknown animal with red eyes, seen by residents of Downingtown, Pennsylvania, was compared to the Jersey Devil by a reporter for the Pennsylvania Bulletin of July 28th, 1937. In 1951, a group of Gibbstown, New Jersey boys claimed to have seen a monster matching the devil's description, and claims of a corpse matching the Jersey Devil's description arose in 1957. During 1960, Tracks and noises heard near Mays Landing were claimed to be from the Jersey Devil. During the same year, the merchants around Camden offered a $10,000 reward for the capture of the Jersey Devil, even offering to build a private zoo to house the creature if it was captured.
I don't think that shit will work. That thing a demon, dog.
Is it an immortal?
I don't know. I just know how it's mostly been described as such. This is picture. Visualize, okay?
Picture this, Sicily, 1929.
So you have a body of a kangaroo, right? Then you put a dog's head on top of that. Mm-hmm. But it's not just a dog's head, it's got a horse's face.
It's got ram's horns.
Mm-hmm. It's got big old leather wings like a bat, antlers like a deer, a forked reptilian tail, and big old talons like an eagle. It sounds like something a 7-year-old would create, honestly.
Yeah.
Like,
looking at the drawings of them back in the day, it looks like a kid was like, I don't draw a horse, but I wanted to be able to fly.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like, did Benjamin Franklin's kid draw it or something?
Oh, there's a derogatory term that refers to inhabitants of the New Jersey Pine Barrens. They're called pineys.
Pineys.
That's very original. I like it.
Living conditions in the Barrens were considered inhospitable, and those that lived there were considered to be the dregs of society. Fugitives, poachers, moonshiners, runaway slaves, or deserting soldiers. Draft dodgers!
Damn draft dodgers.
Pineys tend to wear the label as a badge of honor today, much like the term redneck has become the Appalachian Mountains and the southern United States.
Or like Australians. The fuck? They're called pineys?
Pineys.
Oh my god. Alright. Let's do witness statements.
Driving with the devil in the pale moonlight.
Yeah, I want to hear what people have said about what they experienced with it.
Well, there's a little bit more.
I mean,
Uh,
we're looking at two different things. That's what I'm saying.
no, I'm saying that there's more in the Pine Barrens than just the Jersey Devil, because I just found a whole ass article.
Yeah, I didn't give a shit about the Pine Barrens.
Captain
Just
Kidd.
kidding. What?
Captain Kidd. Many Pineys will mix the legend of the ghost of Captain Kidd with that of the Jersey Devil.
What the fuck is Captain Kidd?
According to the locals, New Jersey's Barnegat Bay is one of the resting places of the notorious Kidd's many treasures. During the 17th and 18th century, some locals told stories of the ghost of Kidd walking along the beach with the Jersey Devil. In these reports, Kidd is often headless. Sounds like a parrot. There's also the Black Dog, the Golden Hair Girl, the Black Doctor, and the White Stag.
Black Dog's a hellhound.
Yeah.
But a white stag would mean the complete opposite, right?
Well, white stags, the white stag is a ghostly white deer said to aid travelers lost in the Pine Barrens. The stag also prevents impending disasters, kind of like a banshee warns you of death and
Yeah.
It's
like a Patronus.
That's exactly what I was thinking while I was reading this.
Yeah, that was when you said white stag, I was like, it's a Patronus.
And it has said to have stopped a stagecoach from crashing into the Batstow River. The near disaster in question occurred at Quaker Bridge when the horses of a stage refused to go any further. When the driver climbed off the stage, he noticed a white stag in the road, which then disappeared. Hang on a fucking second. You remember that trip we took to Alabama Adventure?
Yeah.
You saw a white deer in the road.
Yeah.
Weird.
I was falling asleep too.
That was his Patronus.
According to the legend, if you see a white stag, it's supposed to be good luck. Didn't you get married soon after that?
No.
Or no, you found out you were having Rose.
Yeah.
That's, subjective good luck.
Oh, and here's one of the weeping widows, the golden hair girl.
The golden hair girl. What's that?
Another ghost that said to stare out into the sea, dressed in white, mourning the loss of her lover.
New Jersey's fucked up.
Well, apparently they're in a clique. Pineys would often tell stories of the Jersey Devil sitting alongside her, accompanying her on her vigil. Another legend says the Jersey Devil had a son, strangely human, who fell in love with with a rich girl. However, her family did not agree with this. They took her away, and she killed herself upon reaching the destination.
You surprised they don't agree?
Heartbroken, he became the next generation. Now her ghost follows him.
Nice.
Jersey's fucked, dude.
Yeah. It all is in the Pineys. The Pines, whatever. Yeah. All that shit's happening just down south. Imagine what else happens up there with all that gang shit. Motherfuckers getting blapped. Blap.
Blap. Stay strapped or get clapped.
Anything else you want to add before we get Destin to read for once?
God damn it.
It's Destin's turn to fucking read.
Don't ever camps in the Pine Barrens alone.
Don't you ever camp.
That's a good sentence.
Don't you camp.
Don't ever camp.
Don't you camps in my peripheral.
All right.
Okay, Destin, take us away to
And
Storyland.
scene.
Eyewitness account.
Actual.
I was... okay, shit. Okay. This has haunted me since it happened in 1972. I was a senior at what was then Glassboro State College. I heard about the Jersey Devil when I came to South Jersey. Being from North Jersey, I thought I was far too sophisticated to believe in such humbuggery. One winter night, I was driving to Glassboro from Blackwood on Green Tree Road. At the time, the road was, what does that say, flanked by orchards and farms. There was few houses, and there was hardly any development.
Broken down ass area.
Well, it's mainly farms. That's what it says, so.
Dilapidated.
That's a good word right there.
Don't ask me to spell it.
I was completely sober and awake when I caught a glimpse of something in my rearview mirror. Curious to what it could have been, I slowed down to take a gander. It was dark out, but the moon lit enough that it was no trouble at all discerning the upright figure of a creature crossing the road from one side to the other. Roughly 25 feet between my car, the figure stood taller than a man by far, and had thick haunches similar to a goat, sprouting or supporting its nearly human-looking torso and huge woolly head. It moved heavily and didn't seem at all disturbed by my being there. I didn't linger long enough to see much more. I hit the gas and flew to the Mansion Park Apartments in the borough. So petrified was I that I slept the rest of the night in my car, unwilling to get out in the same darkness that had introduced me to the Jersey Devil. Never from that day had I on their fucking Greenboro Road. Never again from that day on had I ridden on Green Tree Road. Shut up. Day or not.
You just gave up. You said fuck that whole sentence.
Where was I? Fuck.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that I haven't got the heebie-jeebies just thinking about that winter so long ago, when that was an eyewitness statement by Mary Ritzer.
Mary Ritzer Christensen.
Mary Ritzer Christensen.
I don't know why that killed me so bad.
The whole time, me and him were just...
No, it's just when you got to that last sentence, you just said fuck it. Okay.
I don't read, man.
Okay, I'm gonna do this Mr. Nightmare style.
Okay.
He reads scary stories and animates them sometimes.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I love Mr. Nightmare's videos. It's like 3 scary stories, and they're animated sometimes. It's like stalkers or
You may throw some
ghosts.
reverb on your voice.
I need to go smoke a pack of Marlboro Reds, and I got it. This one is from a human.
Name's just Keith.
Keith.
Who, man?
Just Keith.
A human. That's what they all say. This one is called Don't Ever Camp in the Pine Barrens Alone.
No, excuse me. It's Don't Ever Camps in the Pine Barrens Alone.
I spent a lot of time in the Pine Barrens when I was growing up in New Jersey and had my share of strange experiences. When I was about 13, I went camping alone near Hampton Furnace. I had a bow with me and went looking for a rabbit dinner about an hour before sundown. Something started following back in the trees. It tailed me back to my camp and circled while I cooked my dinner. This kept up to about 2 hours after dark, and let me tell you, it was one dark night. I finally decided that my visitor had moved on and crawled into my tent. Yeah, you should have wrote that better because it seems like the visitor crawled into his tent.
Yeah.
When I just started to calm down, I heard a foot stomp right behind the tent. I got all set to jump out when this thing, whatever it was, started screaming. I would compare the volume of the scream to a large truck's horn, but I couldn't decide what to do. I had my bow and knife. They didn't seem like much. After several blasts, it just stopped. I didn't hear a sound except for my heartbeat for about an hour. I was sure that if I stuck my head out of that tent, I'd lose it. In the morning, I could find no tracks in the pine needles. To this day, I still don't like sleeping in tents. I'd rather take my chances in the open. A long one.
Yo, I would prefer to sleep in a tent after that. This thing don't want to fuck with tents.
Obviously,
My ass in a tent.
if you was out in the open, you would have got fucked up. So far, this one didn't see it, just felt its presence, and
Heard it.
he heard the very large truck horn. That could have been a very large truck horn.
I said it was a sound comparable to a very large truck horn.
Oh, at least the volume, yeah.
Yeah, the volume.
That'd be, oh, dude, imagine that shit in your ear. Fuck that shit.
We have enough of that at work.
True. Those new trucks they're getting have the fucking beeps on the back up, too.
Oh, yeah.
Lose my
hate
fucking
that
mind.
shit.
Alright. Next, this one is by Kelly. Field trips to the Jersey Devils turf. Oh,
Yo, kids, want to go where a devil lives?
we're beefing over turf now.
You
Let's
want to
go.
go take over this hood from a demigod?
Okay. So, Kelly is a native of Cape May County. She says, I've had the typical rite of passage trip to the Pine Barrens, the legendary home of the Jersey Devil. The Jersey girl went to Cape May County Technical High School, which sponsored trips to the Pine Barrens for good grades in certain classes. You do good in school, we send you to go get murdered.
Hell yeah.
Sounds like Gadsden.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you get murdered in school.
Yeah.
Got a 50-50 chance.
I was one of the fortunate students to go 3 times during my 4-year career at CMCT. Each time I went on this trip, my canoe was followed by a heavy-footed thing. With each step, I heard branches snap under its feet. Hooves? Every 10 minutes or so, I could hear deep, beastly growls that to this very day give me the creeps. Being in a canoe and on a class trip didn't afford me much opportunity to flee in terror, so I stuck it out for 3 years. Every year, it was exactly the same. During my sophomore year, I was pretty confident about my canoeing skills, so I didn't look over my shoulder much. I went canoeing with a friend of mine when we came across a bag that had been torn open and gone through. Around it were prints on the ground that looked something like a horse hoof, only bigger. Then I heard it, the cry that still haunts my dreams. Part human, part beast, and full of anger, pregnant with pure hate. I nearly flipped the canoe. We left, leaving whatever it was out there behind, or so I thought. It seemed to follow us. Every time we stopped or paused, it got closer to the river. We pushed on. Then worst came to worst as we tipped the canoe. I heard the thing running behind us, and I thought for sure we're dead. Then we righted our canoe and got into it as fast as humanly possible. We finally made it out to safety, sun fried to a crisp, missing all of our valuables and most of our clothes, but never happier to be on shore. We packed up our bus and left. As we were leaving, I rested my head on the window and saw a little college. I looked at it until the bus was about to pass it, and I saw a woman. She looked back at me, and I could see her skin was torn and bleeding. After the bus passed, she vanished. It scared me so badly I wouldn't go into the woods for a year. It looks like this thing just likes trolling.
Yeah.
So far, everyone just likes trolling.
It's not actually fucked with anybody yet.
It hasn't hurt anybody.
Yeah.
Except for its own family.
Oh yeah, that's...
Oh yeah.
These are real people here. I don't know. All the eyewitness accounts have, none of them so far have been fucked with. Alright, so we have
fatalities thus far.
Sunny Z, the devil on Route 9. Let me tell you of a sighting with the Jersey Devil. I was driving up Route 9 in Bayville at around 10 p.m. There were 2 cars in front of me and we're traveling about 35 miles per hour. To the right of Route 9 is a mini mall type building with woods behind it. To the right is all woods. And all of a sudden I saw this big thing running across Route 9. It looked like one of the classic pictures of the Jersey Devil. It had no tail, no fur. Its ribs showed. It had a long, odd head with short ears that laid flat. It looked almost 10 foot tall. I noticed it because the first car stepped on its brakes, and as did the second car. When I looked ahead, I saw this thing galloping across Route 9 and straight into the woods. I wasn't really scared because it didn't register yet. I stopped to mail something in the mailbox about 300 feet from the main road, and I saw a child's shirt, shorts, and one sneaker lying on the ground. I mailed my letter, ran into my car, and laid rubber all the way home. I was certain that I had seen the Jersey Devil. No one believes me. They say it was a deer. I have never seen a deer that big, that fast, or that weird looking in my life. What is really creepy is that the other 2 people driving in front of me stepped on their brakes, so they must have seen it too. They're insinuating that a child got eaten.
Chupacabra.
That's what it sounds like to me. That's what that sounded like. Are chupacabras up this north though?
I don't know.
I thought they were just in Mexico.
I got this one.
The screams of the Jersey Devil. 2 stories.
I actually have 2 stories about the Jersey Devil. The first one is my own experience. As a little kid, my parents took my family camping every summer around the Pine Barrens. One night, as we all slept in a big tent, I woke up to the sound of what to me was like a woman screaming. It was a blood-curdling scream over and over again, but I was the only one awake. I thought, being the naive child that I was, that a woman was being attacked by a wolf. I don't know where I got that conclusion, but it must have been from the screams. No one believed my story, ever. As I got older, I became more interested in the Jersey Devil legend. Many of the stories were people talking about the screams they heard in the pines at night. As they described them, I got chills because I knew what they were talking about. The second story is, a few years ago, I was talking to my uncle who is from Pomona, and he compared what I described to what he has also heard growing up in the pines. This leads me to my other story, which is his experience. He said that when he was growing up, he had this dog that would stay by him all the time as he played out in the woods and fields around his house. One day, while he was on his porch, he could hear the same screams coming from deep in the woods, and his dog ran out of sight after the noise. Apparently, the screams got louder and louder, and the dog scrambled back to the porch with his tail between his legs and never left the porch again. As hard as he tried, my uncle could not get his once faithful dog to follow him into those woods. So maybe this isn't even hard evidence, but sure as hell is weird. There's no doubt in my mind that something exists out there.
If a dog won't fuck with it, I ain't fucking with it.
Animals can sense evil. That's why animals run from me.
That's probably why they run from my child.
Well, that and...
She's evil. She's evil.
So what do we conclude about the Jersey Devil?
It's
a troll.
it wants to be left alone. That's what I conclude with all cryptids.
Yeah.
Don't fuck with me. That's what I feel like. Maybe they have like their own secret society. where they hang out with each other in their own little towns.
Jersey Devil and Bigfoot just chilling on,
Yeah, they just
fucking tree stumps.
smoking a stogie, drinking a PBR.
Some claws.
Ain't no claw. Ain't no laws when you drinking claws. So, I don't know. I feel like they're just trolly. Like everything so far is just them like running up, screaming at people, and scaring the shit out of them and running away. Every single one.
I would too.
I mean, what would you do if somebody just walked up into your house? Like, you didn't know. Flip shit and, like, be threatening.
What if somebody damned you to be the devil when you were in her stomach
I
and you
wouldn't be broke.
robbing fucking banks?
That'd be gnarly though. Just walking up into a bank and be like, "Hi, give me all your money." They'd be
No,
like,
fuck that. I'm gonna walk in and
Yeah,
scream.
I'm Satan. Give me everything.
I'm gonna actually I could do this now. I'm gonna walk in there and scream until they shoot me or give me all the money.
You probably get shot first.
Yeah, you'll definitely get shot first. Well, tased. You'll probably get tased. It's not fun.
Just put like a pin in your hand. You'll get shot.
Yep.
No, never mind.
I'm here to sign checks and kick ass, and I'm all out of checks. I need to reorder checks, ma'am.
I think that's all the eyewitness ones we're gonna go with. Yeah, that's all the eyewitnesses. They're all generally the same. It's people walk up in his woods and then get confused when they are told to leave the woods, essentially.
Coming to my house? Coming to my house? You want to fuck with me? Well,
yeah, the Jersey Devil's pretty neat. It's pretty neat. It's one of the oldest, I guess, United, like, cryptids that was born in the U.S.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff overseas in the UK and stuff that has a lot more history to it. But stuff born and bred in the good old U.S. of A.
well, I heard about this one from one of my favorite shows when I was younger. Scariest Places on Earth.
Never watched it.
Yeah, it was hosted by Linda Blair.
Who dat?
Oh, that's my girl. She played Reagan in The Exorcist.
Oh, I haven't watched that either.
But,
You know I don't watch scary movies.
because...
I am what you call a pussy.
Oh, I was going to be nice about it. I was going to say that you were a vagina.
Yes.
What was I saying? Oh, yeah, they talked about it on the show, and I was young, and...
Talked about the Jersey Devil.
Yeah, and I wasn't as knowledgeable as I am now of, how to probably fucking kill this thing.
Yeah.
Grab it and rip its wings off. Can't fly now, bitch. Kick it in the
It's
fucking
like,
jaw.
it's like 10 to 12 foot tall.
Yeah.
Perfect height for me to punch in the fucking ball bag. That'll take anything down. I mean, you could be the toughest motherfucker out there. If someone kicks you in the nuts, you're out.
True.
But yeah, I remember watching it, and
It hurts vaginas as well. It's not just nut shots.
Yeah,
You punch someone directly in the clit, they'll fucking cry.
you can have some good aim for that, unless they have an oversized clit.
It's just general area.
But now I don't want to talk about it because I have to mention my grandmother in this, and we just got to talk about punching clits. But
I apologize.
she was up in her room watching TBN or something, and I was downstairs by myself watching Scariest Places on Earth.
Yeah.
And I never made it up the stairs that quickly
Yeah.
because I was fucking scared. Like,
I can imagine as a child how fucking I would get the shit scared out of me.
Oh, hell yeah.
I'm sorry if I'm being quiet on the podcast tonight. I'm actually doing research for a further episode, a future episode.
Yeah.
Going through Google Images about it. You'll find out what it is later.
Oh, he's hiding. But yeah, that's pretty much all of it for the Jersey Devil. There's a lot less than I thought there was going to be. It's pretty straightforward what all happened. Some lady decided to give birth to the devil incarnate, and it turned into a very creepy looking creature. Whenever you...
Me? My mom?
Yes, your mother. But if no one knows what the original Jersey Devil looked like, whenever this, if you're listening to this, if you go look at our Twitter or Instagram, there will be a picture on there of the original picture of the Jersey Devil, and it's disgusting.
It's unique.
Neck. That's a long ass neck, bro. Yeah. That's the episode. Destin has been shitting himself this entire fucking day since he's been here.
Thanksgiving eggs, all right.
Right? Thanksgiving for 3 days.
Yeah, dude, I'm still on Thanksgiving meals. I got leftover for days. Like fucking.
Anything else to add, Joseph?
Your stank is killing the air freshener.
We're gonna wrap this up.
Was I gonna talk about the time lapse?
No.
We'll do that in the shit show.
Okay. Okay, so as I said in the beginning of the show, I need help. My girlfriend is pregnant. She's been experiencing some
Symptoms.
not really symptoms. She's been sensing evil spirits. She's been sensing evil spirits that I need some help from a witch.
Yeah, if anyone is a witch or practices witchcraft,
Or idiot. Don't
I don't know how you say it.
like, I'm not hating on you. I don't care if you're Christian. Thank you for listening. You probably won't listen after this, but don't send me the Lord's Prayer.
We need experienced witches.
We just got done talking about the Jersey Devil, and that fucking tree outside the window just scared the shit out of me.
We are in need of someone that can give the devil the finger.
You know, some shit that works.
Or demons, I should say, not the devil.
She tried to tell me that it was me that brought it into the house.
Ooh.
Probably.
Because I haven't been
I mean, it's half your baby.
cleansed in a while.
I ain't never been cleansed.
So I could be bringing in a negative spirit or something.
All that negative juju.
Yeah, so
I do believe bad juju.
if you DM one of us on Twitter, I will send you an address. If you want to send me some fucking sage or some yerba santa so I could burn it and clean this shit up so I don't have to worry about my unborn child being taken to the pits of hell.
Or becoming the Jersey Devil.
God damn it. We're going full circle.
We appreciate everyone
We do.
listening.
We love you all.
Except for Chris. Fuck you, Chris.
I miss Chris. I haven't
I
seen
miss
him.
Chris so much.
I haven't touched his butt or face in a long time.
I miss his baby blue eyes.
Don't.
And his shiny white teeth.
Don't.
And his fluffy tail.
Don't.
And his brown fur.
And his unwavering support.
Oh,
For this podcast.
Sorry, I was thinking of something else.
We thank everyone for listening. If you enjoyed what you heard here today, you should try and support us on Patreon. Patreon.com/TheTornPage. $1 a month goes a long fucking way. We want to buy things for the podcast so that I don't have to, or so that we don't sound like shit.
Daddy needs a new pair of slacks. A big ol' loving shout out to Dara.
Is that the same girl we shouted out last time?
it's the same girl.
She doing better? She alright? She chilling?
I hope so. I hope so. I really do.
Yeah.
She's too good of a person to be hurting like
She
this.
the homie. We fuck with Dara.
We fuck with Dara.
What's up? What's
What up? Hashtag
Hashtag
Team Dara.
Hashtag I don't know what the fuck I'm hashtagging.
Hashtag Team Dara. Hashtag fuck your ex.
Yeah, fuck that.
Hashtag
Bitch.
fuck your fucking ditch.
Speaking of hashtags, follow us on Instagram at the Torn Page Pod, as long as Twitter, which is at the Torn Page Pod as well. I have started posting on both of them more regularly. What is your Twitter?
Destin Gartman.
Joseph Basil.
And I'm at LasersGG.
You want to shout out our new friends? at the warm up podcast.
Yeah, they commented on one of my first Instagram post whenever I put up the last
Said
episode.
they were going to check us out. They are from Long Island.
Hell yeah.
And they're a sports podcast. I checked out.
I wonder if they covered Auburn and Alabama game that just happened. The shocker of a fucking century.
Yeah, I don't sports.
Auburn beat Alabama.
Oh, really?
It's the first time in 25 weeks that Alabama is not in the top 5.
Oh,
Cool beans.
Did they sports hard?
Not hard enough.
They need the sports better.
Yes, they should have.
They should go to sports camp.
Sports Academy.
Sports academy.
Yeah.
They should sports.
We get it. Sports. We get it. Sports.
Trigger warning. Loud noises. Sensory overload.
Like 4 or 5 times.
I was eating my microphone. Sorry.
It's staying in.
But yeah, we appreciate everyone. We really do. We appreciate everyone that's listening. We're at an upward twinned. We got our numbers back for November, and they're back to where we were before we took a little break from the podcast.
Actually, the exact. I thought it was 252.
No, it's 232. We hit 232 plays for last month, and we're trying to just keep pushing that up and up.
And for the entire month, the entire 2019 fiscal year, we got our.
We're at 1,200 right now.
Stocks, but holy shit!
Yeah, 2019's. I think it's like It's like 1.2K or something like that for 2019.
You told me like
the whole year
we're at 1,000.
Yeah, it's like 1.15 or something. It's almost 1,200. It's a lot more than I expected at all.
I want to get the 2,000 before the year ends, so keep telling your fucking friends about us.
We're gonna have to hit 1,000 this month.
Well,
and that's gonna be difficult.
Chris needs to listen to the episode like 999 times.
Also, I wanted to say this. So, the podcast hosting site I use, they automatically put my stuff on YouTube, but they will only do it every 7 days. So, for instance, the last episode we uploaded on Family Annihilators is not on YouTube.
Huh.
Because I uploaded it on Thanksgiving. So it was only within 4 days.
That's dumb.
So what's going to happen is if we ever have an extra episode, it is not going to end up going on YouTube. So if you are listening to us on YouTube, I would very much appreciate you to, if you can, if it's within your ability, I'd prefer you to use a audio platform like Spotify or iTunes, Apple Podcasts or Google Podcasts, whatever. You'll be able to get more regular episodes as compared to YouTube, because I don't have time to convert the podcast to an MP4 and then let it render, which takes for fucking ever because it's like an hour and a half. So if you can, if you would be much obliged, and I get better analytics that way, check us out on Spotify, on iTunes, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, fucking iHeartRadio, Blueberry, Podbean.
We're on everything.
If you think of it, I probably have put the podcast on that hosting site. So yeah. Also on iTunes, leave a review, 5 stars. I don't care if you fucking hate us, 5 stars, or I will punch you in the left.
That's how we don't
kneecap.
That's how we don't get.
That mobsters did it. That's how they got their money.
No face, no case.
No face, no case. You don't know what I look like, motherfucker. Hey, the only face they know of is yours.
Ha! Well, mine's on my Twitter, too. So if they've checked out my Twitter, they know my face. Yo, I can't read your writing at all. All I can read is day.
Can't read at all.
Anyways, yes. I think Joseph has something set up for our next week. We're done.
We're done.
Any witty thing you want to say before I end it?
Can you unshackle me so I can go home?